This past Shabbat, we read Chayei Sarah, and we're told in this Torah portion about the deaths of Sarah and Abraham. Upon his death, the Torah describes Abraham's life as being full of days. What does it mean to live a life full of days? The Talmud in Tractate Baba Batra 16b speaks of a life full of days not simply as a long life, but a life that was well lived. Rabbi Yochanan, in his interpretation of the phrase, connects it to the idea that Abraham's life was complete in every respect. His days were filled with spiritual growth, acts of loving kindness, and devotions to God's covenant. The Targum Yonatan translates full of days as a life filled with good deeds. Hasidic thought takes this concept even deeper, suggesting that the days referred to here are not merely physical days, but spiritual moments. Moments when a person is fully alive and aware of the divine presence in every aspect of their life. The Baal Shem Tov taught that every moment of our lives is an opportunity to connect with God, to reveal holiness in the mundane, and to fulfill our divine mission. In his commentary of the Torah, the Sfat Emet, Yehuda Ariel Lev Alter, who lived from 1847 to 1905, explains that Abraham's life was full of days because he did not let any moment pass without purpose. His days were not measured merely by the clock, but by the quality of his connection with the divine, his service to others, and his own inner spiritual growth. A full day for Abraham was about activating the potential in every moment. A life full of days involves spiritual mindfulness and intentionality, living in a state of constant awareness of God's presence and aligning every action with the divine will, whether it's eating, working, praying, or being with loved ones. Regarding the first matriarch, Sarah, the text has a peculiar way of telling us her age, something from which the sages immediately found a clue to derive meanings and teachings. The first lines of the Torah portion says, "Vayihiu Chayei Sarah 100 shana ve'esrim shana v'chamishim shana," and the life of Sarah was 100 years and 20 years and 7 years. This verse provides the lifespan of Sarah, noting that she lived 127 years in total, but is divided in three parts: 100, 20, and 7. The repetition of the word shana, years, is significant in Jewish tradition and is often interpreted symbolically, as seen in the Midrash and the commentaries. The Midrash Tanhuma explains that the Torah's divisions of Sarah's ages into three parts reflect different stages of her life and different aspects of her character and spiritual growth. 7 years. At age 7, for example, Sarah had the purity and innocence of childhood. This stage reflects a time when Sarah was wholly open, receptive to the world around her, and her spiritual formation was formed. At 20, Sarah embodied the vitality and beauty of youthful womanhood. Yet, she retained the purity and faith of her younger years. Sarah's youthful spirit never left her, even when life's promises seemed delayed. 100 years. When she reached 100, she was as beautiful and full of life as a woman in her 20s. Yet, she also had the wisdom and spiritual depth that comes with time and experience. Sarah faced deep struggles, infertility, displacement, and complex family dynamics. Yet, her character was marked by resilience and unwavering faith in God's plan. Each phase of her life led to the next, culminating in the perfection of her character. As we grow, we too can aspire to deepen our wisdom, maintain our purity of heart, and find completeness in our own journeys. Modern psychologists also emphasize the importance of living a life filled with purpose and meaning. The positive psychology movement, particularly through the works of Dr. Viktor Frankl, author of Man's Search for Meaning, suggests that human beings can endure almost any hardship if their lives are filled with sense of meaning. Frankl, a Holocaust survivor, wrote that those who found meaning in their suffering and work were sometimes more resilient and able to live fully, even under the most difficult circumstances. Frankl argues that living requires us to find purpose not just in grand accomplishments, but in the way we approach every moment. He suggests that meaning can be found in three primary ways: through work, through relationships, and through suffering. These aspects of life, when approached with intention, can help us live with purpose and fulfillment. So, what does it mean for us to live a life full of days? It means, first and foremost, living with intentionality, making the most of every moment. This is not just about being busy for being busy's sake, but about bringing our full selves to the present moment. It means reflecting on what truly matters to us and aligning our actions with our values. Here are a few practical steps to begin living a life full of days. Cultivate mindfulness. Be present in each moment. Engage in acts of loving kindness. Pursue meanings in daily tasks. At the end of each day, take a moment to reflect on what has been meaningful to you. Reconnect with your values, our goals, and our purpose. Build lasting relationships. The foundation of a meaningful life is often our connections with others. Abraham and Sarah show us that a life full of days doesn't just happen by chance. It is built step by step through living with intention, through cultivating inner purity and strength, and through dedicating ourselves to a higher purpose. May we all be inspired by their example to live lives filled with meaning and purpose. May we approach each moment with mindfulness, align our actions with our values, and find holiness in the ordinary. May we merit to live our days fully embracing the vitality of youth, the wisdom of age, and the purity of heart that connects us to our inner divine purpose. May we all live lives full of days.